Hello, everyone, right here. Today we're going to be upgrading our server here, and by server, it's basically just a computer I use for storage. It runs the Minecraft server. For those of you wondering what computers run the Minecraft server, that's this one right here. Been struggling with some lag issues on it here as of late. It is a little bit of an older system, AMD based AM3. I believe it's an AMD 8350 CPU in it. It's 8 cores at 4 gigahertz. Not entirely sure how old the system is. It's probably at least 5 years old, something like that. So we're going to be upgrading to a, where is it here? An Intel Core i7-8700K. That's overclocking one. We got some RAM. Currently has 16 gigs RAM. Well, these are 16 gig modules. 4 of them. Do the math. We got a Samsung 960 EVO. This is just a 250 gig, I do believe. Or no, yeah, 250 gig. Don't plan on installing Windows to it. We'll get to that. ASRock 370 Extreme motherboard here. This should hopefully be an easy install. We'll find out here. Shouldn't take too long. One thing we'll probably put in it, I don't know if there's any graphics capabilities in any of this, so we got a GeForce GT 730 here, just a El Cheapo graphics card to put in there to at least give the display if we need it. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, so I'll open up the existing system here. Again, here's the existing one. If you recall, we put a liquid cooler, all-in-one liquid cooler in here a while back. I did pull out the brackets here for it, so we got the Intel brackets there, hopefully. I did not save the instructions, so we'll have to figure out which brackets go where, but it has an old GTS 250 in it, just an old graphics card. And then lots of hard drives, a lot of which I will probably be removing, because a bunch of these are no longer used anymore. Okay, everyone, got the screws out, got the CPU cooler off, took the graphics card out, again, GTS 250. Also had a, now I didn't realize this is a PCI, so I'm pretty sure that's what that was, a PCI RAID card. Obviously, I don't think the new motherboard has PCI on it, so that's not going to fit in. So we'll definitely have to be taking out a couple hard drives here. CPU still in there, RAM still in there yet. Like I said, 16 gigs of DDR3, I believe that is. There's the old motherboard, AM3. Okay, well, let's get the new motherboard out here. Undoubtedly, we'll probably have to change off the standoffs in the case, too. I'm not sure if we'll use the same ones or not. I guess we'll find out. Yes, lots of stuff we don't need to reference. CD we don't need. A really small screw. Back plate. That's right, I need to take that out yet. Some more really small screws. Interesting. Aha, and the part we're looking for. Again, you ever build a PC? Great spot to work on your motherboard? Right on top of the box it came in. And we'll just leave that right in the foam there too. Oh, you know what? We got some zip tied it in. Okay then. I have not seen that before. Okay, so there's the motherboard here. We might as well just get started here. Again, Intel Core i7-8700K. Oh, that's quite the interesting CPU opening socket. And again, when putting in CPUs, usually there is a corner that is referenced here. I'm not seeing it just yet, but there's the corner mark on the CPU. And Intel is always different than AMD. If you notice with AMD, the pins are on the CPU. With Intel, the pins are in the socket. So where is the corner marker here? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter to you. Also with these, there is little notches up here too, so they can only go in one way. But yeah, I don't actually see a corner marker because the corner is there, but set that in nice and gentle. Put that back down like that. Set it down, that cover comes off. CPU is installed, and I'll have to get some new paste for that as well. Okay, let's move on to the RAM here. So we got Kingston Fury RAM. Again, these are 16 gig modules. This was by far the most expensive part of this build here, by far. Oh, this end, okay, that end does not have catches on it. Interesting. I have not seen that before. Again, push it down until it clicks. Actually, with that under there, we can set this right on here a little bit sturdier when pushing those in. There we go. Okay, and M.2. I might not, we'll see once here. Maybe not install this right away. We'll see once, because again, I don't plan on using this for the boot drive. The boot drive is going to stay. It's currently on an SSD, and for my purposes, that should be fine. So we're going to actually leave it on there. So we got M.2, that's probably M.2.1 and M.2.2. So we're going to put it in 2. Again, don't want to boot to it, so maybe reference the manual just to make sure, but I'm guessing this is number 2 over here. And that is probably what the little screws are for. Just warrant a guess here. Whoa, I'm going to need a smaller screwdriver. Okay. Okay, everyone got it screwed down here. We're going to work on the liquid cooling part here a minute. Again, we're using an all-in-one cooler here. So I'm assuming, again, I got the Intel portion of the kit out here. I'm guessing that probably goes on there like so. Back plate. And then, I wonder which ones go on top. Those perhaps? We got a couple different ones here, so, no, probably these. Or possibly these. We got like 4 different sets of these different styles. Unfortunately, again, like I said, didn't save the instructions, so I don't know which set goes with which set. I guess we'll have to kind of figure it out here. Okay, I'm ready to install the motherboard here. We did have to put one more standoff in. For some reason that has one right there. Which I guess means we're going to need one more screw too now that I think about it. For some reason we've got quite the hodgepodge of screws in here already. Next, I think we'll put the CPU cooler on. Hopefully we got the right bracketry for that. We'll find out, I guess. Just got some Arctic silver paste here. We'll kind of spread that around. Just try to get a nice even coat on there. There we go. I think that's about as good as we can get it. And then the bracket here, let's see how this is going to mount here first. I think, can we mount it the same way? It looks like we can. Not that bracket. Need the Intel bracket here. So it goes on like that. And the lock for it. And if you can, I always like to kind of just move it around a little bit so you can spread that thermal paste out. And then the nuts to hold it down. I think we might want to plug that in too before we put this on, otherwise this is going to like cover that up. We'll see once here. Because again, there is another fan that goes behind this one. This is a push-pull design for the radiator. Okay, there we go, all tight. And then the cable. Unfortunately, this isn't long enough to run up behind, and even if it could run behind, there's no spot up behind it to pull it, so it's just going to run straight across. I know it's not the prettiest, but let's go that way. And then we'll get the fans mounted here. Okay, cooling is installed. And moving on here, we're going to attach the pump here. There is a header up here that says it is for a pump. We'll plug that into there. And I know you folks probably can't see it, but there's a fan header back behind this bracket here. Hopefully we can actually get into it. It's for the CPU fans. Which actually technically are doubling as case fans here too.
we go. It's definitely not the easiest one to get to. And next graphics card again, just a 730, nothing fancy here. Just something to give us a display. Don't know if it's required with this. Pretty sure you have to though. Okay, next fun part, hooking up all the wires here. So for that, got the book. USB 2.0, yeah, there's no USB 3.0 on this case. So do we have USB 2.0 headers? We do. Yeah, it looks like 3 of them down here. Next we have, oh yeah, all these fun ones. We'll hold off on that one just a minute here. What is this? HD audio. Probably not the most important, but we'll hook it up anyway, why not? Oh, there's actually 2 different ones here. Okay then. I'm going to assume it's that one. It has like 2 different connections and then a whole bunch of single connections. That looks like a lot of fun to hook out. PCI Express, we don't have that anymore. Okay, then the fun ones. These are always fun to hook up, all the different buttons and switches and lights. Let's see if I got an exploded view of that. Oh, we'll start with the hard drive here. Next, the P-LEDs, power LEDs. So power LED plus. Power LED minus. Yep, and then reset. I guess reset can go that way or this way, doesn't matter from the looks of it. And power button. There we go. Plug in the motherboard power here. Okay, next we got the hard drives here, of which we've taken out 4. One's been replaced for the M.2 here again, not the boot drive. So we got SATA A1 and 2 here, SATA 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're using the M.2 here, apparently that deactivates 4 and 5 here, so we can't use 4 and 5, which I thought was kind of weird, but that's what they say. So SATA 1 here is going to be that drive. SATA 0 here is going to be the boot drive, which is this one. So I'm going to plug that into 0. It's typically where you plug your boot drive, is in the first SATA slot, which is 0, typically anyway. Next we got, okay, we'll plug these into, probably plug these into here. These are the 2 that hold all the video files. Might see if I can replace that bottom of the one that locks. I kind of like the locking ones. Oh, it's gonna reach. It does, good. And actually, when we boot this up, I might leave these out here until we get Windows booted up and then plug them in. That'd probably be a good idea. and one red one in the bunch. Okay, I think that about does it here. Anything else we got? Oh yeah, we got to reattach the fans yet. Okay. So we got a fan header. I think there's 2 fan headers down here. One there. I think there's one there. Yeah, perfect. And we got 2 fans in the front here yet. Just that one there. We got 1 header way over here. Yes, I gotta reach. Oh, it just reaches. Unfortunately, I think that leaves us 1 header short, though. I'll take another look at the board here in a minute. Okay, well, there we go. I think that's going to wrap it up here. I did disconnect the hard drives here. We're about to power it up. Hopefully it works. But on that note, I think we're going to wrap up the video here. Assuming everything works here, we're good. So basically, Windows is already installed here. We're using the same hard drive. Again, just going to boot it up. Probably have to wait a few minutes while it recombobulates everything. Shut it down, plug the hard drives in. Hopefully all those work. Fire it up, and we should be good to go. We'll have to move probably a couple files over from some of the other hard drives here, particularly one of the SSDs that's no longer in here. That one SSD got replaced with, again, that. So, anyway, I think we're going to fire it up. Again, this is Intel 8700K, 64 gigs of RAM, just a lowly 730, but again, not gaming on this here. So, folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and till next time.